Ever felt like your heart was pulled in two directions, but both felt exactly right? That's where we find our character today, a girl whose journey began not with a grand quest, but with a quiet love. Meet Lyra, from a tiny village between an ancient whispering forest and a lively murmuring river. Lyra had two great loves: the countless stories found within the pages of her books, and the endless adventures found by following the water's edge or wandering beneath their bows. Other kids ran races or played games. Lyra spent hours lost in tales of faraway lands, or equally lost tracing the patterns of pebbles in the riverbed. Her family, good-hearted but practical, worried. Lila, her mother, would often sigh, "Your head is always in the clouds or in a book. What good will come of it?" But Lyra just smiled, knowing her heart found its truest home between the rustle of leaves and the rush of the current. She believed every ripple held a secret, every tree had a forgotten poem etched into its bark. 1 year ago, a long drought gripped their lands. Their river, usually brimming with life, began to shrink, its banks cracking. The forest, usually so vibrant, grew quiet, its leaves turning brittle. The villages grew desperate, their wells drying, their crops failing. Lyra, seeing her beloved river suffer, felt an ache deeper than thirst. She remembered a passage from an old book, a folk tale about ancient water spirits and forgotten springs. She remembered her own explorations, a tiny spring she'd once stumbled upon deep in the forest, one she'd only ever seen herons visit. Could there be a connection? She wondered. Gathering her courage and her knowledge, Lyra announced she would seek the hidden spring mentioned in the old tales. The elders scoffed. A bookish girl? And a children's story? What use that against a drought? But Lyra, armed with her maps, drawn from memory and the whispers of ancient lore, set off. She navigated by the ancient oaks she knew, listened for the faintest sound of trickling water, and followed the paths only wildlife seemed to know. After what felt like days, guided by a passage from her favorite book describing the spring rocks, she found it, not a grand river, but a secluded strong spring bubbling with clear, life-giving water, almost hidden beneath mossy stones. It was too small to reverse the drought alone, but Lyra had another idea. Remembering how old irrigation channels were described in her books, she spent days, then weeks, carefully clearing forgotten paths, diverting tiny streams, and creating a network that fed into the main river, little by little. Slowly, miraculously, the main river began to swell. The forest breathed again, and the village wells refilled. Lyra, the bookish girl, the forest wanderer, had saved them. She hadn't done it with brown or magic, but with observation, knowledge from stories, and an unwavering love for her home. From that day on, Lyra didn't just read stories, she helped write one. She started a new journey, dedicating herself to understanding and protecting the delicate balance between their forest and river, bridging the ancient wisdom of books with the living knowledge of nature. Her head in the clouds had brought water to their earth, and her quiet loves had blossomed into something truly great. What do you think of Lyra's adventure? Do you have a hidden passion that you think could make a big difference? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more tales of courage and discovery. And if you have made it till this far, please leave this emoji down below. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.